Hello everyone. I know I have been missing for the past 35 days now and but I'm here right now to give you all the excuses that I've been missing and to tell you everything that I've learned from past month. And I'm sorry about the goggles here. They must be annoying or irritating to you, but then I have to protect my eyes from the UV and the screen as well. I got my LASIK done. This is my seventh day, but I can't sit still at my home, so I'm just making this video. Yeah, so I can even close my eyes and make this video, it's even more interesting. You wouldn't even know that. But, anyways, so I was actually traveling across India for the past month. And I traveled across Goa. I visited North Goa and then I went to Kerala and then to Pondicherry. And this was a completely unplanned trip, like completely backpacked trip. I never knew where I'm gonna be the next day, what I'm gonna do the next day or the coming evening. And you're just living in the present, you're just enjoying the moment at that point. You don't think about what is it that tomorrow has to give you, tomorrow has to bring. You don't have an anxiety of tomorrow as well. So yeah, I think it was great. It was amazing traveling that way. Yeah, and you know what, I met a lot of people, like so many people, interesting people, intensifying people, and on my way. And I learned so much from them, and I learned so much observing them as well. And I'd like to share a few things, few insights that I now carry in me. Um, and uh, yeah so 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 the first thing I'd say is, like, I met people who may just earn like one third of what I earn, right? And but they are still, they're still hopping on to the hostels, to places, and they're still doing what they want to do with their lives. You know, they never feel stuck. And when I started traveling, oh my God, it was such a feeling of freedom, independence. You're never stuck. You never feel stuck. But then I want to mention this, that it's not just when you're on a vacay or when you're traveling that you feel stuck, that you don't feel stuck. I think it's your job as well, and that shouldn't make you feel stuck. Now the problem is not with the job, okay? It depends, like, how you think it or how you perceive it. I think what I learned is, you are the one who make choices for yourself. Now there are, like on my before I started traveling, I actually called a lot of my friends. I actually asked them, would you like to join me, or should I come visit you? And they were saying, like, like, I'm busy and I can't visit you, or I'm busy so you cannot visit me and stuff. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna go on my own. Well, and I just went along. So what I'm saying is, it's your priorities. I resigned from my job and I went on to travel across southern part of India, western and southern part of India, right? So for some people, the priority is money, and there's nothing wrong about that. For me, if they're not giving me 10 days of leave, I'll resign from my job, because my leaves are important for me. So this is the choice I make for myself. That is the choice they make for themselves. And and until and unless you own these choices of yours, own these decisions of yours, there's nothing wrong with it. You want to make money, you don't want to go on unpaid leaves, then make money, get leaves, and go on visit places, or whatever it is that you want to do. Go on visit relatives, your family members, whatever that makes you feel happy, or just work. So so what I'm saying is the choices that we make, that decide uh, our course, or that decide how we feel. Okay. Now there was like an itch when I was on my previous job. I was getting bored. Okay. I didn't really enjoy much of it. There was nothing much for me to do, and I was not learning anything from that. And then for the past 4 months, like when I was on my job, I was getting, I was getting more and more, um, what do you say, uh, confined, and more, I wouldn't say depressed, but I would say it was like, um, being in that comfort zone always. And like you're getting paid for whatever it is that you're doing, okay? And I don't think it's much that I'm doing, right? And I want to do more, but then, but then I'm getting paid for it, so why not? Why to change jobs? Why to make your life more difficult? But then I think I took a right decision to resign from that job, and to travel across India, and to meet people, and to learn from people, to learn from the observations of the people, and yeah. So it's the choice that we make. If you want to be comfortable, you may not make, and you don't want to make hard choices in your life, you may not learn from them. And I'm not saying this was a hard choice. I think this was a pretty easy choice for me, because I was really getting bored on that job. So I was like, I really want to do something else. And I'm so happy I resigned. I'm so happy about that. And then somehow I started traveling. So yeah, enough of that. Enough of my story here. And okay, so there are some things that I learned from this traveling spree of 30 days or so. I started on the 22nd of August, and I went to Thevim, that is Goa, northern part of Goa. Uh, and I stayed at a few hostels there. I visited a few beaches there. I think it was 7 days or so that I stayed in Goa, right? And then I went to Kerala, and that was just a spontaneous trip. I met a guy, me and my sister, yes, and then we were hosted by his family, and it was amazing. And then I went to visit the rest of the Kerala, and then Pondicherry. So yeah, that was about how I visited the places. And the thing that I learned from these places is, the first thing is, to live in the present, to live for experiences. Um, Oftentimes, I described this before as well, that we are usually thinking about future. We are usually completely engulfed by the thoughts of future, about tomorrow, and the anxiety that it brings. Sometimes it brings joy as well, but no. I mean, no. Even if it brings joy, even if it brings anxiety, this is now. This is now. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm shooting a video for my audience, for the things that I've learned from the trip. So I've learned to enjoy the now, the present, and it is so good. You don't have to think about tomorrow for any purpose at all. Just think about now. And when you take steps in your now, you actually are creating a better future for yourself. So take steps now. Whatever it is that you think, do it. So it is my 7th day. I'm not supposed to use my camera. I'm not supposed to shoot. And I know this might be stupid from my side, but then I'll take rest after this. So I'll just close my eyes, and I'm not going to use this phone anymore for the rest of the day. Okay. But this is the thought that came to my mind. And then I was like, no, I have to shoot it up. I have to give this information to my audience, and I have to share the wisdom that I have to my audience. And yeah, so this is it. So that's why I started shooting. So in the present is what that determines. In the present, when you take actions, is what determines how good your present would be. So take actions in your present. I don't think. And then the second thing that comes with it is, this is not something that is like ingrained in me or in you. This is something that you have to develop. And you have to make an imagery in your minds or you have to create that space in your mind where you think like that. It's not easy, but you have to make efforts for that, to think like that. Okay. So now I'm learning, and I always want to think like that. I always want to be in the present, because that's what the purpose for me is, living in the present and living for experiences in the present. So, yeah. So the second thing is, you have to train your brain to be that, to be like that. That is what I learned. And well, I described this in part before as well, to not be comfortable. Okay, so the other thing, or the other way to phrase this, is to never lose momentum. Never lose momentum. If you become too comfortable with the life that you have right now, you will lose momentum. You will think several times before taking an action, whether to change jobs, whether to change cities, whether to change places, or even the smallest or minute of details, whether to buy something or not. So don't be too comfortable in your space, okay? And it becomes easy when you start taking steps. It's it may seem to you like it's very difficult to change jobs, but then, when you take small steps to just get up from the bed and go to your job, brush your teeth or whatever, the thing that, and you bring momentum in your day-to-day life, the things become easy. The decision making becomes easy. And that is what I learned. And I never want to lose my momentum. I never want to make myself too comfortable for anything. And that is why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. And yeah. And then never having that feeling of stuck, feeling of being stuck. So a friend of mine texted me on Instagram saying that, asking me that, how do you do that? And I said, I don't know that. I have in me that thing, like, I don't want to lose my freedom, my inner freedom, my internal freedom. If there's something that kind of blocks my freedom, anything, doesn't matter, be it a job, be it family, be it someone I'm dating, doesn't matter. Anything or anyone that kind of like tries to hinders me or my freedom, then I don't like to feel stuck anywhere. I'll come out of my comfort zone, and I'll try to take steps to get my freedom back. And now there's one more thing that comes with it. It's the choices that you make. Now, if you are signing up a contract to some place with someone, now you're not gonna say that I'm losing my freedom for that. No, because this is the choice you made, because this is something that you wanted to do. So if I make a choice, sign a contract with someone for a year, 2, 3, whatever it is, then it is a choice I made. This is the freedom I want in my life, and that is why I made that choice, right? So freedom is not only freedom is the choices that you make. It is not like being stuck. So if this contract is something that matters to me, this work is something that brings me joy, then I'll do it, because this is the choice I make. And now if there is a hindrance that comes within that job or within that contract, then I know this is the choice I made. I have to bear with it. I know that. And these are my decisions, so I'm gonna bear with it, right? So, and then you learn in the process, right? So yeah, so this is the other thing that I learned. And well, all in all, I met a lot of people, and I learned so much from them. And when you come out of the bubble that you are in, and you see the world, like, I was so stupid not to travel across India. India is so friendly, India is so welcoming for everyone. And I'm just so happy that I did it. And I met so many people who moved me, who live a different life than what we live, and it's just amazing to see diversity among the people. And it was so moving and so amazing, so inspiring, and so everything, I don't have words for that. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share, and I'm glad I did. And yeah, if there's something, some people might not agree with me, and some people might say, it's easy for you, but then, what, it's just in our brains. It's easy for every one of us, until unless you think it is easy, and it's tough until unless you think it is tough, right? Yeah. So what, live in the present, and take actions. Okay, whatever it is that you think right now, take action for that. Okay, and yeah, that is it, and that's what I'd sign off with. And if there's anything that you'd like to comment, and there's anything that you want to mention about yourself, you feel free to do that. Okay, then bye, take care.